Welcome to week one of our short 3-week series on Embrace Growth for our life groups at New Life. Theme for the year, as we know, is a year to embrace, and for July our focus is on Embrace Growth. What's the definition of growth? There are various definitions given. I'll read some of them out. Number one, the act or process or a manner of growing, development, gradual increase. Number two, the process of increasing in size. Number three, an increase in the size or the importance of something. Four, an increase in the ability to produce. Used mainly for businesses, as in growing economy of business, but growth is an increase in the ability to produce. Number four, the increase in value of an investment over a period of time. 6, progressive development. Number 7, the process of developing physically, mentally, or spiritually. Now, we are obviously in our focus looking at developing from a spiritual perspective, but we need to embrace growth in every area of our lives. The reality is we all experience growth. Some growth is good, some growth is bad. For instance, in our health, growing tumour is bad, but growing fitter is good. In our finance, a growing debt is a problem. A growing savings account is good. It's the same, it could be mentally. Growing more and more stressed or anxious about things is bad, but growing in our peace and our contentment is good. So we all know about growth, either good growth or bad growth. And growth, though it can occur through singular events, generally speaking, the principles of growth mean it's a process. We're looking at some processes and principles today, and generally the principle of growth is it's a process. And we all should have a desire to grow in a positive sense in different areas of our lives, but particularly spiritually, we're looking at how we can grow over this month. Somebody once says that healthy things grow, and we want a church which is healthy. We want a church that is growing, but in order for the church to be growing and being healthy, it means all of us as individuals need to be healthy and growing. God is into growing. When we read verses like 2 Corinthians 3 and 18, we see that we've been changed into his image, his glorious image, from one degree of glory to another. That's talking about growing, or growth into the image of God. You know, Jesus grew. If we read the Bible between age 12 and age 30, we read nothing about Jesus except this. Luke 2:52. Jesus grew in wisdom and in stature and in favour with God and all the people. If I'm being honest, I don't have the faith to believe that I'll grow in favour with all the people. But Jesus grew in stature and in wisdom. And if Jesus grew, I believe we need to grow in different areas. There are areas we all can look at in our lives and know we need to grow. Ephesians 4:15 ultimately says our goal is to grow in every way more and more like Jesus. From the moment we come to faith in Jesus Christ, God wants us to grow. God wants us to be growing as people and growing in every aspect. You know, I don't think it's a coincidence that the very first recorded words spoken by God to mankind in Genesis 1 were, be fruitful and multiply. That's speaking of growth. God is into growth. And sadly, too often as Christians, we come to faith in Jesus Christ and often we think that's it, we've arrived. That's only the start of a growing process. 1 Peter 2:1 and 2 says this: we need to get rid of all the evil behaviour. We need to be done with all deceit, hypocrisy, jealousy, and all kinds of unkind speech. Then he says, like newborn babies, You must crave pure spiritual milk so that you will grow into a full experience of salvation. I think too often we stop short of entering a full experience of salvation, and we need to begin a process of areas of growth. You know, you maybe see a child particularly, and then you maybe don't see them for some time after that. And one of the first things you'll say is, boy, you've grown. You know, we're all meant to grow. We come to faith, but then we need to grow into the full stature that God wants for us. I think Psalm 92 verse 12 paints a great picture of what we should be like. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like a cedar in Lebanon. If you look at a cedar in Lebanon, it's strong, it's big, it's growing, and it's of full stature. I think God wants us to grow. And I think as we enter this month of Embrace Growth, we can make a decision to grow. The principles around growth are this. Generally, it is a process. It requires investment on our part. It should be a goal each of one of us has in life. And we need to recognise it will take time, but every day should be a day of growth into all that God wants us to be. Let's embrace growth, not shy away from it, but make a decision. I want to grow into all that God has for me. God bless you. Have a great week.